Hi, class. I enjoyed seeing some of you at our game yesterday. And if you have not heard, we were able to defeat Indianola 58-45. And we are playing tonight against City High in the state championship game at Wells Fargo Arena. Hopefully, we will see some of you, if not more of you, tonight at Wells Fargo. If you are having this early, they are still trying to fill up a pep bus, and that pep bus will leave at 3:15 tonight, and that is a $10 cost, which includes your ticket. So we'd love to see all of you Northwest Vikings down there supporting the Westside girls basketball team. And if you don't want to take the pep bus, then maybe you can talk your parents into driving you down, and hopefully you'll see a great game between City and West. Today, we are going to start out with a little warm-up. What I want you to do is to determine whether the fraction is in lowest terms, and if not, simplify the fraction. Please pause the video and allow the students to solve those 6 problems, and please take attendance in Power School. In example number 1, the fraction is not in simplest form. We can divide both of those by 2, and our answer is 3/7. In example number 2, the fraction is again not in simplest form. We can divide both by 3, and we get 4/9. In example 3, we can not divide anything into that, so it is in lowest terms. Number 4 is in simplest terms. Again, there is nothing else that we can divide for those. Number 5 is also in simplest form. There is nothing more that we can divide. And in number 6, we can divide both by 22, so it is not in simplest form, and our answer is 1/2. Please take out your homework. I would like for you to pass out one of the homework sheets that are in the basket up front. And students, please write down your answer for number 10, 16, and 22. Please pause the video, allow students time to do this, and we will be back with the answers. Hopefully you have finished putting your answers in the basket. On the video, I have included the first parts of the answers. Please correct your own. I have also included number 26. There are 5 cards, so there are 5 possible outcomes. After choosing a card, there are now 4 cards left, so the number of possible outcomes changes to 4. Our essential question today is, how can you describe the likelihood of an event? We will also discuss probability. You are playing a game using spinners shown. Spinner A has forward, up, up, down, reverse, and forward. Spinner B has forward, forward, up, reverse, down, and down. You want to move up. Which spinner are you more likely to spin up? Spinner 2, or spinner A, is a better choice because you have 2 chances of getting up to only 1 of spinner B. In example 2, you want to reverse. Which spinner would you choose? I see reverse here is 1. I see reverse there is 1. So it does not matter which spinner you use because both spinners only have reverse listed one time. They are equally likely. The probability of an event is a number that measures the likelihood of that the event will occur. Probabilities between 0 and 1, including 0 and 1. The diagram relates likelihoods above the diagram and probabilities below the diagram. Anything that has 0% chance of happening is impossible. Something that is 1 out of 4 or 25% is probably unlikely. If it is 1 out of 2, 50%, it is equally likely. If it is 75% or 3/4, it is likely to happen. And if something is 100%, it is certain that it will happen. In this example, there is an 80% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Describe the likelihood of the event. As I go back to the likelihood, we will either use impossible, unlikely, equally likely, likely, or certain. Since I know that it is 80%, that is close to 75%, so it is likely that there will be thunderstorms tomorrow. Describe the likelihood of the event given in its probability. In example 1, the probability that you land a jump on a snowboard is 1/2. That means we have 50%, so it is equally likely. In example 2, there is a 100% chance that the temperature will be less than 120 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow. Since there is a 100% chance, it is certain that it will happen. We are now going to work on finding the probability of an event. When all possible outcomes are equally likely, the probability of an event is a ratio of the number of favorable outcomes to the number of possible outcomes. The probability of the event is written as probability of event is the number of favorable outcomes divided by the number of possible outcomes. As you roll a number cube, what is the probability of rolling an odd number? The first thing that I need to know is the number of favorable outcomes divided by the number of possible outcomes. There are 3 odd numbers, 1, 3, and 5. Therefore, the number of favorable outcomes for me rolling an odd number is 3. The total number of possible outcomes is 6, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on our number cube. Therefore, we have a probability of an odd number happening at 3/6. We want to simplify that, so we simplify by dividing both by 3. So our final answer is 1/2, or 50%. The probability that you randomly draw a short straw from a group of 40 straws is 3/20. How many are short straws? Please pause the video and ask students to see if they can solve this one. Hopefully, we know that the number of short straws divided by the number of total straws equals the probability. 3/20 is our probability. We want to know how many straws out of 40 are there. We can then solve by taking 3 times 40 is 120. We can then divide by 20, and we get n equals 6. There are 6 short straws. So the correct answer is B. In example 2, what is the probability of rolling a number greater than 2? I must first figure out how many possible outcomes on a number cube are greater than 2. 2 is not greater than 2, so it is not a possible outcome. Our possible outcomes are 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have 4 possible outcomes. In a number cube, there are 6 total outcomes, so our simplified answer from 4/6 is 2/3. In example 2, what is the probability of rolling a 7? On a number cube that has 6 sides, there is no 7 on our cube. Therefore, we will have 0 chances to roll a 7 out of 6, or 0%. The probability that you randomly draw a short straw from a group of 75 straws is 1 over 15. How many short straws are there? We set it up as 1 over 15 equals n over 75. We then divide 75 by 15, and we get our answer of 5 short straws. So in review, the probability of an event is a number that measures the likelihood that that event will occur. Probabilities are between 0 and 1, including 0, which is impossible, and including 1, which means it is certain to happen. Don't forget we have unlikely at 1/4 or 25%, equally likely at 1/2 or 50%, and likely at 3/4 or 75%. We also learned about finding the probability of the event, where that probability of that event is the number of favorable outcomes divided by the number of possible outcomes. Your homework for tonight is page 410 and 411. You will be doing problems 4 through 22 all. You will have the rest of class to work on these homework problems. If you are unable to attend tonight's game at Wells Fargo in Des Moines, the game will be broadcast on the Iowa Public Television Network at 6 o'clock. Hopefully you'll be able to either attend or watch on television. Go West High!